Thought I would hop on here and do a quick, I don't know if I can totally call it Train Talk with Lisa episode. Um, but but what I say today will involve trains a bit, believe it or not. They've kind of crept into the day in like multiple conversations and in the sounds I've heard. And so it's been kind of interesting how that went. But I just wanted to check in. It's been a really intense. Oh, hi, Thomas's trains. It's been a really intense couple days. I hopped on here briefly when I was evacuating Topanga, and so at this point, you've all clearly seen stuff on the news. There, I stayed out of Topanga last night in Camarillo. Hi, Clyde. And then I woke up this morning to seeing that there were a couple more new fires in the greater LA area. And then there were more as the day progressed. A few minutes ago, I was talking to a really close friend in the Hollywood Hills. And as we were having an exchange, I was like, oh my gosh, I just got an alert. There's a fire in the Hollywood Hills too. So I sent that along. Hi, John. So it is just a crazy time, and it's been it's been really stressful. So oh, hi, Jim. I have been intending on getting out an episode this Friday or Saturday. We'll see exactly what happens with that. But I guess I thought it would be a little bit therapeutic for me to hop on here, and maybe I'll share with you some train related things, since it is Train Talk with Lisa. I ended up deciding to go a little further north today. The area where the fires are has just kept expanding and expanding and expanding. I was hammered in the tracks. God, that was really from Ohio. I'm the guy that was really from Ohio, but now in Nevada. Okay, trying to keep track of it. I'm so glad. It's nice to have this interaction with you guys on here live. So, yay! Thank you, George. So I ended up leaving Camarillo, where I stayed last night, and going further north and landed in Carpinteria today. I've been to Carpinteria before a bunch of times. My brother would have camping trips there for his birthday. And so it was nice that it was a little bit of a familiar place. It's a very small town on the coast, and it's just far enough away from everything without being super far from home. And so as soon as I hopped out of the car, I met someone super nice and friendly, walked maybe a block, met a couple other really nice people, got into whole conversations with them. That woman started telling me about the Pacific Surfliner and stuff, because of course, she was very proud to tell me about this avocado festival that goes on in Carpinteria and other cool things, and the ranches in the area, obviously the beach, but also the train that comes here, and that there's like a party train that you can take to go from the LA area up to Carpinteria for this avocado festival. Anyways, had a really great conversation. I ended up going to this cute little cafe, and it's interesting because like in looking around, I was constantly noticing people and wondering, like, are they, as some people I ran into said, refugees? Like, are they people that are also had to leave because of the fires? And I ended up, this couple came and sat down at the table right beside me, and we started talking, and they were actually visiting the area from the San Francisco Bay Area. And lo and behold, after chatting for a little while, yeah, thank you. Thanks, Jose. This couple, they live in Fremont. And as they told me, I didn't realize this, Fremont is kind of a bunch of little towns all kind of merged together to create Fremont. And one of the towns, and I bet some of you know this, so I'm wondering if any of you can comment on this. If you know the name, there's one particular one that has some railroad history. Drum roll. I'm like, oh, soon. Anyways, that just reminds me of my musical instruments that are in my place that hopefully stay intact. Anyways, so Niles Canyon. So they started telling me about the Niles Canyon railroad and just how wonderful it was, and how there's this great parade, I think around like Christmas time, that's there, and then the train comes down and everything. And it was really neat to wind up talking trains with this couple. And they had, an interesting story to share too, because many years ago, their house had caught on fire. So there was just multiple layers. She had other train related stories. It was just, I guess I kind of showed up today here in not great spirits, and immediately met like a handful of nice people, took notes on train related stuff as usual, got ideas for the future, and just felt like present and had that element of human connection, which was really nice. Yeah, Niles Canyon is Southern Pacific. Okay, thank you, Thomas. So I know a bunch of you had recommended Niles Canyon Railroad, and I had told them, and now I'm like blanking on the name of it. I was gonna say like Western something, whatever, the museum that's there. So I've passed the museum on the way up there. Oh, and then I also was talking to that couple about the live steamers that are there in Tilden Park. So yeah, I know some of you have said, oh, you got to go there. and it's my list is so long. It's so long and growing. I could literally have this series for like the rest of my life. So anyways, I guess that's really it. I hope you're all doing well. I have like one of my best friends, her apartment building is gone. From the Palisades fire, and I'm honestly, I'm just like in disbelief. I look at the map and I can't believe it. And actually, I hope she's okay with me saying so. She was in one of my episodes on here. She's Jean. She was in the Irvine Park Railroad episode. So, so there's that. And I had a friend whose aunt and uncle were hosting, here I'm getting an alert right now, again, about a fire situation. So her aunt and uncle were hosting Thanksgiving this past year, and I ended up staying in town, and she invited me to go to their house. And I thought that was so nice that this couple that I'd never met before would welcome me there. And they had a really special tablecloth where everybody would write like a thank you or a comment or a thought or whatever over the years, like with a Sharpie pen. And so this Thanksgiving tablecloth was covered. I don't know how long that they had it, but it was covered with all these names and all these little notes. And it was just a really beautiful thing. And it turns out that the man in the couple, he's actually from the Cleveland, Ohio area where I was born. And then they had another friend over that was also from, two other friends were from, oh, thank you so much, Brian, who were also from the area I was born in Ohio. So I'm like at this Thanksgiving with mostly people I don't know, and a sense of home and such generosity, and their home burned down. Whew. So, and it's really the sentimental things, that are what's important. I feel like my whole home is full of sentimental things. The train, I have my trains that my dad gave me and that a friend gave me, whatever. I've got all that. I've got, things. But anyways, I did manage a call today, a train talk with Lisa related call, with someone about where we're going to be doing one of these meet and greets. So I'm excited about that. It's still kind of percolating for actually probably a February date at this one place in Anaheim. Thanks. Thanks, John. So anyways, You can visit my website, lisakentertainment.com/train talk with Lisa, and you'll see information about the 2 meet and greet events that I have scheduled as of right now. And there are tickets for that, and you know, limited capacity. I'm really excited about having, well, and any of you, like people that have just been watching, people that I've met at various events that many of whom you've met through my episodes, having all these folks kind of come together and have FaceTime, you know, be in person and get to chat and be present. You know, when I'm filming, I have great conversations with people and I see so much, but I am filming, and that's a different experience than when the phone is down, the camera is down, and you're just like with people and having a conversation. So, oh yeah, thanks. I know I'm like, oh, do I need to not veer off track and make sure you talk enough about trains? But yeah, like it's been really, it's been an unsettling couple days. Ooh. So I'm gonna hop off here now, but I'll just end with this. I settled into my Airbnb for the next 2 nights. Also thinking that the fire is about like a mile and a half from my place, my home. So by the time I leave here, I think I'll probably have a good sense of if what's, you know, going to be the outcome of my place. But when I got here and I got settled in, I heard like a train going by, the sound of a train, and the ocean is I can see the ocean too. You know, so that's not that bad. That's quite nice. And so the ocean, and it's very charming here and cozy. And then the sound of the train, it really felt comforting. And I know a lot of you guys can relate, because for some people, they grew up hearing the sound of the train from like their, thanks Jose, from their yeah, did you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it, but it's the sound of the horn on the train. So yeah, I know some of you, like, part of the whole thing with the trains is that like you grew up hearing that like in your home. Lots of people have different stories, you know, or maybe it's like someone in their family worked on the railroad, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But anyways, I found that like a comforting sound. So anyways, it was nice getting to see you guys on here live. And hopefully for those of you in the Southern California area, hopefully I'll see some of you at these meet and greets. And I'm going to do, my intention right now is kind of to do some of those regularly. I would love to get the chance to meet more of you all over the place. Oh, thanks, John. And maybe in the future there will be a way to set some things up in other places. And yeah, go out, do some real fanning, George. Yeah, it's funny. The lady, today, I think she was trying to sell me on like moving to Carpinteria. She's like, oh, good question. Is my place uphill or downhill when what? So it seems, I'll just say this, the Palisades fire, it seems like it's been going, thank you, Robert. It's been going like across. It's been going, well, sort of north. So I'm like thinking about the map and how things look sometimes, because you know the way the coastline curves, you can actually, well, anyways. Yeah, I'm like, you know, between the coast and the 101 in Topanga, which I guess that is where Topanga is. So maybe that wasn't very specific, but anyways, I'm not sure the direction of the wind right now. If there is one, I guess maybe someone would say there is one. I'll just say last night I rented on Airbnb a tiny home, and that wasn't a great idea. It wasn't a great idea. It was fine. It was like fine. But for a day when you have to evacuate and you are like tense all day with a headache, to then get into a little tiny home, that is on wheels. That might be a part of it. And then have winds that were like 55 miles per hour, which I don't know if that sounds like a lot to you, but when the winds would gust, I mean, it wasn't like constantly shaking, but when they, yeah, gusted, is that a phrase? Anyways, I mean, the whole tiny home would shake. I mean, not like this, but like enough where I was like, oh, you know, it was just not, did not help with a sense of lower stress or security or safety. I don't even know how I got on that tangent. I think someone asked about the rate. Okay, you know what my point was? My point is if you, first of all, you know, I have Train Talk with Lisa on Instagram. If you're not following there, you may want to follow that because I post stuff there. I let you know when there's a new episode and other stuff. Either there or on my own like performer account, Lisa K Entertainment. I posted some video in my stories. I don't know if they're even still there now. But the wind, the trees, it's like crazy. It was just crazy. Basically, it was like, it did not feel like it had a direction. It was so frenetic and strong. But anyways, yeah. So, but the fire has progressed towards where I live, which is, like it's come up, it's gone east from the coast. I don't know, northeast. I don't even know how to describe it. Sorry, I'm just like kind of blah. But I live a half mile from a fire station. But I mean, those poor folks, like they've just been, yeah, exactly, the Santa Ana winds. Oh, why you left SoCal? I mean, I grew up in North Carolina, which a lot of you know from watching this, and you know, experienced a hurricane a time or two, a tornado a time or two, because I was kind of in the middle of the state. But weather-wise, it was pretty calm, you know. Luckily, fortunately, and obviously things are changing. Like the climate has been changing significantly, and the Santa Ana winds, I think, like right now, it's, you know, normally we get more rain in the wintertime here, and so that would have helped. But with it being so windy and so dry, it's just, yeah, insanity. So anyways, all to say, I'm excited about these meet and greet happy hours that I have in the works, and yeah, the tickets are online, and I have, yeah, I was talking to a guy today, somehow managed to do that still, about those with regards to this cool venue. Thanks, Damien. And I feel very fortunate that I left actually during the evacuation warning, not even when it was mandatory. So even though I was, a bit hasty, a bit rushed still, like I wasn't just being leisurely about it, but I didn't leave in the kind of extreme situation that a lot of people in Pacific Palisades did, and where it was a traffic jam getting out of there, and where they ended up having to get, out of their cars, is probably a lot of you see, oh yeah, I'd love to come to Texas. I've only been to Texas once, Austin, for a weekend. It was really great. Anyways, so yeah, people have had to get out of their cars because of the traffic jam, because the emergency vehicles couldn't get into the neighborhood. So then they got out of their cars, a bulldozer came, moved the cars out of the way, and these people were just like trying to get away by foot. Anyways, I'm really feeling for the people. There are people that have lost their lives in, I think, the other fire in Altadena, and I am so thankful. I just met like two firemen at our station this last week, and I'm like thinking of them and like the craziness and everybody else who's come to help. And yeah, thanks, Robert. I'm glad so many people have reached out to see if I'm okay and offering their homes. I mean, so many of my friends, family, as well as someone on here who lives in the area. So I just, anyways, so thank you for connecting tonight. I'm thankful to the people I met today. even there was, I'll just say, I was in a bathroom somewhere and there was this mom with her 2 kids, and they were just she was just so delightful with them today. Such good energy, and amidst it all, because they had also like left the area because of the fire. And so it's like, yeah, they don't know what's going to happen with their home either, but they're together, you know, together and safe, and just like still managing to find ways and find time to, you know, laugh, and they're just like giggling together. It was really cute. So anyways, again, thank you all. Glad. Oh yeah. That is interesting about the ocean. Do you have any of your model trains? No, not with me. Someone just asked if I had any of my model trains with me, and I don't know. I don't totally recognize your little handle, so I don't know if you're finding me for the first time or not. Thanks, Jim. But all my trains are right now in my home that I had to evacuate from. So that is a bummer. There's a lot in there. Okay, I will talk to you soon. I did the polar plunge list. Okay. I'll talk to you guys soon. And hopefully get an episode out this weekend. I know it was busy during the holidays, so maybe there might be some episodes that you guys have missed, but there were some really great people in those too, and lots to see. Even the Christmas tree lane, I know it's now after Christmas, but like, it's really just like train layouts at this house on this road that's called Christmas Tree Lane that they decorate for Christmas. So don't think it's like irrelevant now. Go and check those 3 out. There's just like a lot there. It's like amazing what that club does. And yes, I'm going to sleep well tonight. I hope you guys do the same. And I wish you health and happiness and safety for the rest of this week. And I appreciate you connecting. Oh, Guillermo. Oh, really nice to see you and hear from you. All right. Bye, Paul. Bye, you guys. Yes.